So now we finna get into some stuff. We're gonna start talking about some relationship stuff on this show because me in essence, we have our own opinions of stuff.
And
Okay.
they usually clash. People, y'all think that we agree on a lot because
Well, some of the media stuff, but
right and wrong is just right and wrong.
So we had this. Was this a big social media issue or something?
Yes, there was a social media phenomenon that took place this week. This picture surfaced on Twitter. If you want to put the picture, that picture surfaced on Twitter, and a journalist in Atlanta just kind of snapped it as one of her pet peeves. And one of those, I bet you he doesn't
Had to
even
be a
know
woman.
what's wrong with this picture. Now, when you look at that picture, off the top of your head, nerdy, what's wrong with that picture?
You know, to be honest with you, I don't see anything wrong with it other than is she matching? Yes, she is. Her purse. Somebody can drive by and snatch that purse. Is that why? What does she have an issue with?
The problem is for the man to be walking on the inside.
Well, of course, that's etiquette, as you say, but that shit doesn't sell, man. That's what we're going to talk about.
But you know what? It should. Why shouldn't it sell? Why shouldn't that be the way it is? Now, in this
you saying it should be?
Of course.
You saying he should be walking on the outside?
Of course.
So you saying chivalry should exist today?
Of course.
See, because you're a woman.
Because I believe in gentlemen.
Now, don't get me wrong. I treat my girl good because that's my girl. But if she acting up, see, somebody asked me one time, do you believe in romance? Okay. You know what I told them?
Hold on, before we even get there. In that picture, they didn't look like a couple. Just to be honest and to be frank, they look like co-workers.
Okay.
And so he don't have to be wrapping his arm around her or anything like that, but he should definitely be on the outside.
We know she is not his bodyguard? He could be like a politician, and she could be an undercover bodyguard or something.
Because if he need her to be a bodyguard, that's
shoot. You see all these movies like The Smiths and all that. We see women just dominating stuff and kicking.
If he need, if that's a whole nother topic about the demasculation of the black man. If you're gonna sit here and say,
well, that's part of this topic. Oh, you saying that's two different things?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it's two different things.
Come on, man. We got women talking who support cheating and then say, I don't want nobody cheating on me. Well, why the hell you listen to Nelly and Kelly's song, Dilemma? I mean, stop contradicting yourself. Don't sit here and talk about how independent you are on one hand and then turn around and say, he's on the wrong side of the street.
He on the wrong side of the day.
Maybe he don't want his wallet to get snatched.
Really? His wallet's in her pocket. Her bag is in her hand.
Yes, maybe he don't want to get dirty if someone dropped. Because, I looked it up, and it said the reason why that started, the person, because they was walking down the street, and women.
Okay, let me ask you like this. Because you're right. It did start back in the horse and buggy days when people splashed mud on them or whatever.
Right.
Or actually even before that, when especially gross European cultures used to throw their waste out the window instead of having a sewer system.
Right.
You didn't want it to land on your girl.
Now, and that was a long time ago, right?
That was, yes. We're talking
when women acted right?
No. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get my talk.
Yeah, you sure throw a lot of that hair.
We're not talking about women. Right? We're talking about what is. Okay, let me ask you this. If you see a woman walking down the street with a child, and the child is on the outside and the woman standing by the wall, what do you think?
Depends on how old is the child. Little kid?
Let's say the child is 12 and under.
Yes, I'm going to think terrible of that woman because I'm going to think she's putting herself before the child. But that's a child. That's a child. These is two damn grown-ups. You're not a child? How you know she just didn't snap on him and roll her neck and talk all crazy to him?
She might have.
Well, then you ain't deserve.
And even if she did.
What?
He's supposed to say, yeah, be mad on that side.
No.
Yes.
No. Here's why not. Wait. Here's why not.
This is so funny.
I remember I was talking to this girl one time and she said, "Are you romantic?" And I had to explain to her. I said, I can be romantic, but it all depends on the woman. It depends on the woman. She didn't understand that. Women just assume that we supposed to treat them a certain way. And I think that's true. You should treat a woman with respect, right? Now look at how you acting right now. You see? You should treat a woman with respect. But here's the problem.
I'm wondering how long
Here's
this
the problem.
guy tribe gonna go on.
Is she treating you with respect? Okay. A woman
One thing is not contingent on the other.
Oh, are you crazy?
It's not.
My grandma used to say, respect your elders that respect you. Not just respect any elders. You find your ass in a white van if you think that way. Okay? You'll find your ass with a crazy ass woman if you don't think that way.
This is what I'm saying. Though.
If you want respect, you got to earn it.
Okay.
If you want chivalry, you got to earn it. You can't be talking mess. How many times you be on the phone with a woman and you talking to a woman and all of a sudden she on her phone. Come on, talk to me. I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to let you say your word.
You are?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, drink something. Okay. This is what I'm saying, though. What we do, you can't control what other people do. All you can do is control what you do yourself. Now, granted, I will give you that it makes it a heck of a lot easier to be, say, romantic when the person's all into you, blah, blah, blah. However, a measure of decency should be afforded to everybody. That's just like people walking around right now, all the things that we talk about with racism is that, they want to hate on that guy because his pants are sagging, because he's a black kid, because he's wearing a hoodie. So what, he should take off his hoodie? He should be different? No, you're supposed to treat people like people. Men are supposed to treat women like women, period. Women are supposed to behave like women.
Say that again? I didn't hear you.
Women are supposed to behave like women.
Mm-hmm.
Women should treat men like men.
No, this part right here. What you going to say?
And men should be men. And men
And so women should act like women. Did you say that?
I did say that.
Oh, okay.
So,
now, do you think a lot of women act like women today? Come on now.
Yeah.
You do? Because my grandma didn't talk all like this. Not saying all women talk like that.
That's point what I'm right there.
That's my point.
Oh my
you
gosh,
have to,
we messed around and found common ground.
If you act like a woman, you get treated like a woman. If you act like a third grader, you're going to get treated like a third grader.
That's why, a lot of the comments on the talk, men got defensive and women got defensive, just like we just did on that picture. But to me.
You think it's defensive?
Well, because a lot of people are like, he should know better. He too old to be walking on the inside of a woman, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Which, I'm going to be real honest and straightforward. Maybe it's because of how I was raised, the people I was raised around. Maybe it was just the way I carried myself that made people want to act like this. But I'd be damned if I wasn't nearly 30 before I opened the door for myself. I never opened doors for myself. Somebody always opened the door for me.
And look how you turned out. Still trying to get somebody to open the door for you. You don't even want to open your door. You're just going through the trunk and stuff. Hey. All right. But what type of person were you? How did those people see you? How did those people see you? They seen you in a respectable way.
Right. And so
did you carry yourself in a respectable way? Okay.
Of course. So to me, that's where the whole etiquette thing points to as a community. People are quick to say, he should do this. I personally, it gets on my nerves when I hear women say, that shit, whatever, that nigga.
Hello.
Come on. That bothers me. Because
have you go to Black Planet? Go to Black Planet. There'll be a woman on Black Planet, and people post those comments and she'll say, where all the real men at? Why men act this way? Why? And she all butt naked, titties hanging out, tattoos all over.
Like, what do you think you're going to attract?
Come
you're
on.
You're going to attract what you are.
But yes, she's sitting there talking about where my real men at.
And so,
she not even being ladylike.
And every woman.
Be a lady.
Maybe not every woman. A lot of women go through that bad boy stage.
No, dumb girl stage.
That's
what I call it.
Same difference. But like and I'm going to tell you why it's done. Because the mentality is, as somebody who went through it for a period, is yes, he's bad, but he loves me so much that he will treat me nice.
Oh, is that why they do it?
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
So let me ask you this.
He's he does those
when
things.
The last time, look at how, what shows get the highest ratings from black viewers? These reality shows. When the last time on a reality show a man treated a woman with respect, but yet women are still watching? And I know I'm going to get attacked because I bring in the music. They'll say, well, that's just TV. That's not whatever. Mm-hmm. I can tell you I don't like drama and still watch it all day on TV. Bullshit. That's contradictive.
Okay, that may
in
be.
my book.
Okay, Portia. Yeah, it is contradictory.
So,
but
see, I wouldn't hold the door for Portia.
You wouldn't hold the door for Portia?
No, I wouldn't. But you know who I would hold the door for? Kenya. Because I don't believe Kenya, well, I'll take that back. I believe Kenya is the type that will probably be cool until you do something wrong to her. See, we got a lot of women out there. I get it when somebody do something to you. Not men doing something to you, a specific person. And that's the problem. What happens is women will be treated bad by a man, and they'll put their guards up, and they don't realize they guards up sometimes. And and subconsciously, they do things that just crazy.
I'm shocked right now at you.
Really? Come on, man. How you going to be shocked?
I'm shocked at you.
How the hell you gonna be shocked?
Because
you know what I just, you know that.
I know you. I know what you just said. I get it. You like, I wouldn't expect you to say, I don't know, pull out her chair or something so she could sit down as a grown woman. Or
I would do that for my woman.
For your woman, of course.
Or any lady that's cool.
I just mean in general.
In general, I would do that.
In general. But like, to hear you say you wouldn't open the door or hold the door for a particular person is
I'm saying a particular
me.
person who's this is the whole essence of this conversation. I'm saying for certain people, I wouldn't do it. Like, I have aunties, sisters, that I treat them differently because they act differently.
But maybe they act differently because you treat them differently.
No, I'm talking about, see, the treatment you're dealing with, they just have that. You know how some people just have a bad attitude? And what I mean by that is they stank. You know that exists.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, I got it in my family. I have aunties right now, I will jump off a roof and jump backwards, and like how I treated my grandma, my aunties, I would do anything. They don't have to do nothing. But I got some aunties, I'm sitting there going like, you've been crazy all your damn life. Now, maybe because she was in a bad relationship. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Some people, you have to be careful. Okay, you can't, for example, if you're a woman that's gossiping all the time, right? Talking about everybody behind their back. Right. And you do it to that degree. You know that how it's different degrees. Sometimes it's constructive criticism, but then sometimes it's like you're just trying to put people down to make yourself feel better, right? So
that's not the person you're gonna hang around. That's not the person you're gonna
That's not the person, you know. Now let's say I'm walking out and I'm with this particular auntie that's now I'll open the door for her if I'm right there. But what I'm talking about is when you go out your way, man. You only going out your way for special people, man. Everybody's like that. I might look like a bad person right now, but I think you that way too.
I get it. It's just, I guess I'm just looking at it in terms of just common courtesy. Like, and I get looked at strange. I'll be honest, I get looked at strange. Say I'm going to my doctor's office and I see an old person on the other side of the parking lot. I'm gonna wait. I've never seen that person, never talked to him before, anything. I might be 2 minutes late for the doctor. Who cares? They're going to make me wait 30 minutes anyway. I'm going to wait for that old person to come and then open the door for them.
Now, here's...
Or, you know, to me, that's just normal.
Oh,
and so,
okay.
You know, that's just normal. So for me to hear people say that something like that is not normal, like...
So now what if that old person was over there? See, I would do it too for a lady, just in general. But what I'm saying is, what if that old person was coming up and you said, oh, ma'am, I'll hold the door for you. And she said, fuck you. I don't need you holding the door. You going to hold the damn door? That's what I'm saying. Would you hold the door if that happened? You still going to hold the door? That's common courtesy, huh?
No, I wouldn't hold the door for that.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you want respect, you have to.
But it's also not going to keep me from opening the door for the next person.
It's not. That's why I'm talking about. It's specific people. You have to. Okay, I'll take that back. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Because yes, if in general, if I'm like, see, he might know this lady, right?
Right.
Right.
And she may be a
and she might have said, hey, let me walk on this side because they just painted that wall. See, we don't know. and she didn't want to take a chance of getting paint on her wall. You get what I'm saying?
It could be a lot of reasons.
See what I mean? Or it could be something up there that might fall down, and she wanted, because a lot of times them construction sites, because don't it look like a construction site or something going on? Like they building something.
On the other side of that wall.
Right, and so she might have said, hey, they just painted this wall, or it's dirty, they didn't wash that wall, or people urinate on that wall. I don't want to be close to that wall. See, the lady who took this picture and just automatically assumed that this brother was in the wrong, she don't know. That's my point. Did that make sense?
And that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yes, because you don't know what this.
Every situation
Now, if she
might be different.
now this lady, exactly, every situation is different. Now, if this lady specifically made a big issue out of she was dating a dude and they were walking down the street, that she knew the situation, or he didn't open the door, or he didn't, pull her seat back, and she likes that, and he didn't do that, I get where she's coming from, because he's trying to date her.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she knows the situation. But in this situation, man, we just don't know.
We just don't know. But any man that I'm comfortable with, whether it's my significant other or somebody that I know well, or an uncle, cousin, brother, nephew, I expect certain things. I just do. I expect.
I think you've earned that. That's like sometimes when you come into the studio, I'll go outside and help you if you're bringing something in. If if I know you're there, right? And so I think you've earned that.
Well, thank you.
But do you feel you got women in your family that, you got some women in your family that you looking at them like, huh?
Some neck rollers.
Oh, that's a good name for them. And not just because you roll your neck. It's just not that, because that could just be part of your personality. It's just some of the actions you do.
And well, to me, a lot of times when people have those issues, like, some people think that, she might be one of those, I'm an independent woman. Maybe she's even his boss.
Hello.
That type of situation. I think a lot of times that comes from listening to people who don't have a relationship themselves.
Right.
You listen to somebody. How you going to listen to somebody? How you going to take marriage and child rearing advice from Oprah?
She don't even have any kids and never been married.
Exactly.
But that's what women do. They'll pick up these magazines. Come on.
And then follow
the top 10 ways to keep your husband.
And you don't have written by some single person or
somebody who doesn't have experience. 'Cause I used to always say, who would you trust more to get information from to raising your kids? Dr. Spock, who don't even know your kids, or your mama who raised 15 kids? Right. Who you gonna trust more?
Well, that's.
But yet, Dr. Spock more famous.
Well, that's what
he
happens.
He wrote children books.
And you know what? Even Dr. Spock went back 15 years after he wrote his books and said, "You know what? I messed up. I was wrong." But
all them 15 years, people was listening to him.
And that's
what's so. And now we wonder why the kids is all
acting a mess.
Because that's what we do. We listen to people in authority positions, and sometimes they just don't have authority. Like black women right now, you just brought up Oprah, and I always say this on the show, you listen to a woman, how to raise your kids who've never had kids, who've never been married. You get marriage advice from her. You'll listen to a damn comedian who done went through 3 divorces, and his word is bond to y'all.
To who? To who? I'm gonna need you to work on.
Well, maybe not you. Maybe
not
you, but there's some people out there who.
There's some people out there. And
Steve Harvey is who I'm talking about.
And they're not all.
How think like a man.
But they're not all black people. Look at Steve Harvey's.
That's what I'm saying. He's crossed over.
He's crossed over in a big time way. Now, personally, as a stand-up comedian, I don't think he's all that funny. On Family Feud, the man's freaking hilarious. He really is.
Oh, he was funny in that show, him and Cedric. That was a good show. And I don't even like the man, but I gotta give him credit. That was a good show. That high school show, that was a good show.
So I mean, he has things that he does, but like everybody, they got things they do well and things not so well.
Right.
Whatever. But to me, common courtesy should be common courtesy, and I do think it's reflection on how you brought up. If certain things don't happen, I mean, I'm guilty myself of. Say walking with my significant other, walking with my man, and I'll walk outside and he'll say, "Get on the inside." You know.
So he being a gentleman,
right? Because you know, or walking slowly or something.
Now, do you talk crazy to your man? Do you be acting wild and crazy?
Not often.
But I'm saying you show.
I ain't gonna say it never happens,
but when of course, people gonna have battles, but you know what I'm talking about,
right?
I'm saying, like, not to bring this up, but like abuse.
Right.
Maybe we'll talk about that another time. We
No,
just
say
spoke.
it.
Well, I was just gonna say you should never hit a woman, no matter even if she hit you first. You should never hit a woman, even if she hit you first. However, if you do hit a woman, I mean a woman hit a man and he hit you back, that's just the man you chose.
You can't say you can't.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like etiquette. There's hidden rules, or what they say, that you shouldn't do. You shouldn't hit a woman no matter what.
One of my little nephews, when he was at, when you made me think about this, and I always say, like, whatever personality a man has when they're a little kid, even though they grow and they mature, they still have that same personality.
Oh yeah, because we don't grow up too much often.
And one of my nephews, he was still in preschool, about 3 years old, and he said, "My teacher said that boys not supposed to hit a girl." And he said, "That don't make any sense." It was so funny. He said, "That don't make any sense." He said, "I'm not going to try to hit a girl, but if she hit me, I'm going to fight her back."
Ooh, you better watch him.
It was funny. Because his mindset was like, I ain't finna let her beat me up.
Exactly. Especially women running men over with cars. See, you know what? I don't want to blame it on, the decreasing of chivalry, but I don't want to blame it on feminism. Because, that takes a big hit. And I don't want to blame it on that because I feel like women should have been fighting for rights to do a lot of stuff because women was been treated bad and still is in a lot of situations. Right. But when it comes to personal relationships and dating, there's a lot of men out there going like I had a woman I was talking to and I was trying to be nice, taking my time. And all of a sudden I didn't hear from her anymore, right?
You was too slow, huh?
She told me that. She says, "Well, I didn't think you was into me." I said, "Why?" I was trying to be respectful. That's a damn shame. Well, that's a damn shame if you try to be respectful.
You also got to be able to communicate. Obviously, she wasn't the one that you could communicate with.
No, but we got on the same page. But eventually, after she told me that.
But what I'm saying is, you got to be able to communicate. And we see, like, black women are not the only feminists in the world. They're not the only, quote, independent women.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking women in general.
In general. You see, matter of fact, just this past week, Gloria Steinem marched a group of white women into North Korea. Now, frankly, I understand you fighting.
Was there any Korean women marching with her?
I didn't see any Korean women in the news coverage. That doesn't mean they wasn't there, but maybe the focus was on them.
Right. Because they're so great.
This was my thought, though. I understand you fighting for human rights. That's a wonderful thing. But that's not your place. That's not your country. And what you're doing right now is illegal. And now you're going to want America to spend millions of dollars to get you out of some prison camp when Kim Jong-un lock you up for that mess.
But in their mind, the whole world is theirs.
Right. So
they own the world.
But my point,
God has blessed them.
But what my point is, when white women make these
they run the world
and everything, they're standing up for themselves. They're not going to take anymore. They're doing all these good things. And yet on TV, we still have Carol Brady.
Miss June Cleaver, too.
June Cleaver. We still have, all the other family roles. You still have, white kids are coming out expecting, because of what they see on TV, to turn 22 years old, graduate from college, get married by 23, start having babies at 24. Have 2 kids, live in a house, 2.5
Yes, because they don't want to be outnumbered. That's why they created AIDS. Don't get me started on it. But
it's like that paradigm is set in place, and that's what we see. It's like that's what we see.
What do we see on TV? We're gonna talk about this too one day. How all these nerdy white guys got nice looking women on TV. You ever notice that on these shows?
Yeah, but the closest thing we got to
black
a black
on
family,
shows, thugs.
The closest thing we got to a black family on TV now is Empire.
Don't get me started.
Hey, what is that?
And you want chivalry?
Or Scandal? We love Scandal, and her mama's an international.
I thought we was on Etiquette, but I understand what you're saying. It has a lot to do with that.
It has a lot to do with
but that's what I'm saying. If you want better,
be better.
If you want better, you have to accept better. Just like these. Like Maya Angelou or Oprah always telling you, your woman's worth. Okay? A woman's worth. You're a queen. You're a queen. Don't get me started on that king and queen stuff because I got a whole rant on that.
I got a rant on that one too, but go ahead.
But your worth And they try and tell you. But what has happened is when you're in a relationship, it's not about you. But black women in general, and I'm going to say this, and y'all can send whatever, y'all have been conditioned to be selfish and don't even realize it. Go to the black dating sites and go read everything this woman's saying. It's all about her. It is all about her. Which is,
know you yet.
I'm saying any woman in general, which it shouldn't be that way. It should be about us, you know, but we're not conditioned that way because a power structure out there they want this picture. They want this picture right here out there like that to say, look, black woman, look, he don't even respect you enough to scoot you over 6 inches or 12 inches or whatever. Yeah, but she didn't want to get that paint on her arm because she didn't have no sleeves on. That's all that was.
And she got that white skirt.
She got that white skirt, and they just paint that wall. See, I saved you, brother. You better, if they interview you, you better say, hey, she didn't want to walk that way. You know, so anyway, we're going to rant, but we're going to try to get these little life stories in every week.
Well, we really need to because our people are not seeing it on TV. They got to hear it somewhere.
Okay, and so with that said, if you got a good woman, treat her good. If you got a bad woman,
treat her good and she'll get better.
Kick her ass out. Get rid of her. That's what women be saying all the time. Get rid of him. If he ain't treating you right, if she ain't treating you right, you get rid of her. Because there's a lot of good women out there.
That's right.
Okay? They hard to find, though. I just got lucky. All right. Until next week, peace.
Be great, y'all.
Peace. That was fun.